Bodybuilding fans around the world, it's time for another Primetime Muscle. I'm Tim Wilkins, as always, joined by these two titans of the sport. Legend, Chris Cormier, the real deal. What's up, my friend?
What's up, baby? What's up? How you doing?
Where are you coming in from?
I'm coming in from Dubai.
Dubai. Man, you get some miles.
Miling
Tarek El
around.
Gindi, the mega judge, you're all over the world.
Yes, Tim Wilkins. This year I've been to Taiwan, South Korea, Malaysia. I've been to Romania twice. I went to Canada. I went to Brazil. I went to Mexico for the Tijuana Extreme Pro. I've been around.
You do get around.
You get around.
And so does Chris. So,
I
guys,
get around.
we're still talking about the Olympia because there's so much to talk about. We've just had trouble even remotely squeezing it into one episode. Classic Physique. Classic Physique has been a growing battle underneath one dominant champion for 5 years so far. And to the point where I meet young lifters. I coach athletes in weightlifting back in Florida. And every one of them, hey, coach, have you ever met Cbum?
Did he all have a mustache?
Everybody has a mustache now. You have to have the 80s porn
If
stash.
you don't have that, then you're not real.
You're not real. But Chris Bumstead, once again this year, brought the fire.
Yes, Chris was not at his best in 2023. I thought 2022 he was dominant, probably his best performance, 2022. 2023, holding a little bit of water at prejudging, Ramon was peeled to the bone and possibly beat him in the back double biceps in some poses. Then he comes in and he looks better than 2023, but maybe not as good as 2022. Good enough to win the show, but he retires after winning 6. But man, I gotta tell you, these guys are coming for him, and they were coming for him. Mike Somerfelt, Urs Kalaczynski, Ramon, and a lot of these young guys in the top 10, they were gunning for Chris. I'm going to say this. Chris chose a good year to retire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if he stretched 7 or 8, he could have well be dethroned. But I think he had a very dominant career. I think he was able to sustain the injuries and still win. But I think there's a lot of young guys gunning.
Yes, Mike Somerfelt said it before. He was looking for top 3. He was looking to leapfrog over some guys that he hasn't beaten before. Breon Ansley still was a great champion. I mean, 2-time champion. Breon settling for 5th. I thought he was a little bit ahead of Ramon, in my opinion. But Urs Kalaczynski, he came in with the blonde hair, new look, great physique. I don't know.
Let's go to the board, fellas.
I think,
Urs. Now, Tarek, you back us up on this. Morning, Urs was a different Urs. He still looked like a Bond villain. He looked like a final boss in a movie with that awesome hair and the new size. But I think he came in way too pale at night. It's like he washed his tan off and didn't go back to touch-ups. And then I think he softened up a lot from morning to night. Am I correct?
Man, when he came in at prejudging, I said he's going to be fighting for the title, especially from the front. In the back, I think he still needs to improve the back double biceps. I felt like he was holding a little bit of water. But from the front, this guy is formidable.
See, but you see him in the front here, but the fullness that he was going after for, I guess, these classic guys, they still want to go for size like some of the open bodybuilders. But as you can see with Chris, he has a little bit more detail between those bicep, tricep brachialis, through the delts through there. All that's a little bit tad sharper, and I think that's what kept him regulated to 3rd.
One of the things, if you look at Chris Bumstead, when he turned pro, it was at the North Americans as a heavyweight. He lost the overall to Justin Rodriguez. Justin just overpowered him. That's why when I tell people, trust me, Chris would not, do as well as you think in the open. Because he would be equivalent to what? Rafael Brandão. Pretty nice, but, if you put him next to Samson, he's a small guy. Chris has gained tremendous muscle mass throughout the years, and he improved his back, which was his weakness. His legs continue to be great. He has the nice flaring quads. His conditioning is impeccable. Maybe not in 2023, but 2024 he did well.
Tyler even said that he was a little bit downsizing the legs this year. What do you think?
And I think he's sustained some serious injuries, but Chris's waist is not as small as it was when he turned pro. Okay, so it's the beginning of a possible decline of a physique, and I think he did a Dorian Yates.
Well,
he retired at the right time.
The thing is, when he was very young, he was taken second to Breon, had a very small waist, but each year, I mean, you get to that age of 25, 26, going on to closer to 30, your body starts to take on a different set of fat that you got to deal with that's within the stomach as you get older.
One thing people don't know is this. Chris Bumstead has placed third in a competition, okay? At a show in Florida in the beginning of his career, it was head judged by Peter Potter.
Yeah, you're bringing back some memories.
Peter Potter.
Yep.
And Durham Charles won the show. Durham Charles, who's your friend, the Cable King. Do you remember him?
Yes, I remember Durham Charles.
Durham Charles places first. Second was Terrence Ruffin. And third was Chris Bumstead.
Wow.
So
And then Breon went on to beat.
Yes. So Terrence
Charles
was the first one to beat Chris. And then Breon, beat him for the first couple years. But Chris was very dominant throughout. And I think the reason he was dominant is this. This guy turned pro as a classic physique. And that guy turned pro at the 2018 Olympia Amateur as a classic physique. This guy did not turn pro as a classic physique. He turned pro as a bodybuilder. And when he comes on stage and he's got that width and he's got that muscle mass, you can understand why he has overpowered people throughout the years. Who are the guys that have won the classic physique title? Only bodybuilders. Denny Hester. He was a national champion. Breon Ansley, middleweight at the USA.
Yep.
So, surprise of the weekend was this guy.
Whoa!
Hands down.
Yeah.
So you and I, you got on me about this. You can back me on this. When I said he is not the heir apparent, I love Ramon Dino. Send me your dinosaurs. Wah, wah, wah. I love Ramon Dino. I love this guy. He's a fighter, and he's awesome, and he's friends with Chris, and he trains like a beast. But something was off when he lost those 2 times to Wesley Vissers, who I was also shocked not to see in the top 4 or 5. Top 4. But he came out of nowhere and looked insanely good.
You know, the thing is with Dino, in this pose here, curling these fists in like he doesn't do it makes your eyes trained to like taking away from the flow of the physique. And if you got the lat spread, but then you bringing your arms out so far that you're taking away from the delts. If you take away from the delts in this shot, it's not going to be as good as someone like Chris is standing there, which is perfect how Chris is standing there, nice and relaxed, but the flow is through the physique.
Chris has plenty of advantages. He turned pro as a bodybuilder. He's wider than them. He carries more muscle than them. He's a better poser than them. What are his disadvantages? He has had some injuries. The waist is expanding a little bit. And, one Olympia, he wasn't as conditioned as he should have been. Let me give you a historic reference. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Always.
Mike Somerfelt and Urs Kalaczynski are both from Germany. They actually have a rivalry. But the first time Urs Kalaczynski competed right here in North America was in Tijuana. You were there.
I was there.
You were there. And who won the show?
Mike won.
Mike Somerfelt won the show.
Second was
Urs Kalaczynski.
And now they both meet again.
So we had Urs Kalaczynski placing ahead of Somerfelt in the last couple years.
Yes.
What people like me and Broderick Christopher Cormier from Palm Springs know
government name
is that this guy has already beaten Urs Kalaczynski a few years prior.
But what did he do? He went to work on his physique, and he didn't compete. He took a year off. He added mass and added size, added to his physique and came back with a better package.
Dude, what was he, 7th, the 22 in 2022?
I think he was 7th. No, 7th was Wesley Visser.
Yes,
I think he was 8th.
Yeah.
What happened with this guy? Man, the quads, right? The quads were just coming out. Small waist. And you looked at him and you go, man, this guy's incredible. Well, can he really be good from the back? When he popped his back double biceps, he possibly beat Chris Bumstead on the back double biceps. That's how good he is.
Can we roll this?
You know, but
we get access to
Chris
this?
is just structurally more sound than he is
roll,
right here.
roll.
Let's look at some of these. So, of course, Chris's condition, the size on Urs, he sacrificed conditioning for the size, but next year if he dials in the conditioning.
But go back to the front double, please. Look where the lats go all the way down to where the bottom of his rib cage is here on Mike the Badass. That's the structure you want for a complete front double
And
bicep.
you're right, Tim. Maybe he's the heir apparent to the title now because he was the guy that put more pressure on the Bumster.
Yeah. So,
And, and Dino is here also. You know, his lats come down more than they have in the past. They're improved. But, you know, also the posing needs to improve with this guy. The posing needs to improve with some of these guys if they want to move up.
all right, we'll keep it moving. Going into the side chest. Sits, of course, Chris. Look at the quads and the hams.
Stop right
High
there.
pressure
glorious.
situation.
This is
Prototypical.
This is
side chest.
one of the greatest bodybuilding poses in the history of our sport. Chris Bumstead, aka Cbum, aka for the intimate, the Bumster, has one of the greatest side chests in the history of bodybuilding. You can put him against any open guy. He'll be smaller, but the way he hits this pose is freaking iconic.
Yes,
Now-
nice pressure on the side of the quad, leading up to the striated glutes, and the side chest. He sets it up nice, and he may not even be fully in it right now, but he really utilizes his physique great here.
Now, from the ground up, guys, Somerfelt sets this. Look at the beauty of that quad and that ham, the separation, the glutes, the tie-ins, everything is just, it's on par to make that big move up if he can dial in just a
Look
touch
at the
more.
beard. Look at the beard.
The beard was awesome.
The beard was great. And Chris's mustache come down a little bit further than it has in the past. What do you think?
And he had something going on with the hair.
He did.
You
And
know,
the
it's like-
hair was puffed up.
No, the hair
that
was
thing is
puffed
growing.
He went to Turkey.
He went
to Turkey to get the implant, and I think they put some puffy hair in
growing
there.
there.
He was like,
Some
he's
hair
like,
growing.
"Dude, I'm a white guy
Come on,
from
dog.
Ottawa.
Come on,
You know,
dog.
you put me some hair from a guy from,
Come on,
you know,
dog.
Syria or something. It's all puffed up. It looks like he's got a little, well.
And we're not going to talk about Earth. Okay.
No, we talked about Urs.
About the hair.
He looks like Sonic, right? He looks like Sonic. This guy's puffed up. He's got the puffy hair. Somerfeld. He's got the beard from Game of
the
Thrones.
beard, yeah.
And Ramon
Looked like a
Man,
French guy. He looked like a French.
he was sweating like a virgin on promo. I mean, he just like, there was water all over.
You know it's bad when a pale Urs has to take his little hand out and go, Ramon, the chest is all bad.
You
Like,
know,
you need to-"
But I tell you, toward the end of the competition for the classic guys, I got a little misty in the eyes. I got a little emotional during the pose down when him and Breon, when Chris and Breon started posing with each other, like they had a little moment together up there, knowing it was gonna probably be his last go at it.
They've had 3 of those, though. That's like a Rolling Stones farewell tour.
But
they keep saying goodbye to each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, how they never really got a chance to pose with each other again. And so they were posing, doing all the comparison pose together, did a little elbow bump or whatever with each other. And I got a little misty in the eye.
All right,
I got to
Coach.
tell you, I got a little misty with that one.
Well,
You got me misty with that one.
share with us your thoughts on this classic physique, your love for Cbum, some parting words to him, and we always enjoy your input. And who you think is going to make that climb up to that top 3? If anybody out of this top 5, Michael DePool, Carlos Domar, if there's someone in your in your section, yes, Tarek.
I tell you, who is one to watch? He is a super freak, just like my supplement.
That's the greatest
from
segue
Global
ever.
Formulas, train hard, demand the best. Neil Darwin from England.
Yeah.
Yes, don't pretend you knew it. I
do.
knew it. Okay, enough with him stealing my sale on the Hella Trevino thing a few weeks back. Yes, I fixed the timing thing. Don't be staring.
I'm
at
getting
me.
a little misty.
But Neil Darwin, who was on the second call out, that British guy, and the Brits are coming. We got Samson and your man crush, Ryan Terry. But Neil Darwin, that guy had a tiny little waist, flaring quads. I'm impressed by that guy.
Yes, he has a quite of a great future. Have a little spot of tea around 4 o'clock.
You ever notice the guy that teases me the most about Ryan Terry remembers every guy's
Everyone's trunks.
trunks from
And cup size.
1992?
And he knows the cup size and
Listen.
everything.
Oh, yeah. All right, when we come
Okay,
back
never
on
mind.
Primetime Muscle, the
Wellness.
Super Freaks are going to be moving into wellness. And we're going to be talking about that battle that transpired between Isa Pereira Nunez and
Francielle
Matos.
when we come back on Primetime Muscle. And we're back. I'm sorry for making you laugh that hard, Chris.
Ah, shit.
So, guys, okay, I always say with the judges, I don't know how you judge some of these categories that are so close, and wellness is one of those ones. Between Isa and Francielle, that battle has been 1 point at points in their career, and here it was no different, correct? This was a tight one.
It was a tight one, and they don't like each other. I mean, that's clear. You saw the press conference. Isa Pesini, Isa
Caddy.
Pereira, you got me now, man.
Daddy.
Isa Pereira said, well, she just beat me by 1 point. And Francielle Matos went like this, nah, don't even think about it. It turned out that Isa Pereira came back and beat her. Man, but let's go to the comparisons.
But they've
Can
been
we go
going-
there, Juan?
Terry, they've been going back and forth for many years. Many
And
years.
Let me describe who's here. This is Elisa Alcantara. She's from Dominica Republic, and she is called El Pesadillo de las Brasileñas, the nightmare of the Brazilians, because she's beaten some of the best Brazilians. This is the current Olympia Wellness Champion.
Raining.
What did she do to beat Francielle Matos? Especially was the front pose and the side poses.
And a little sharper.
She was at her best. This one here, her name is, pay attention, because you guys are going to be pronouncing this name
man.
for years to come. Are
How
you
we
ready?
doing? Let's go.
Eduarda Bezerra.
Atavada Basteca.
Bezerra.
Bezerra.
Yeah, Eduarda
Bezerra.
Bezerra. And there's
Eduarda
Francielle
Bezerra.
Matos transitioning in her pose. All the Brazilians came in red. They stopped at a Costco in Miami or something.
And it's not Meadows, it's Matos.
I'm like, what are you girls doing, man?
It's not Meadows, it's Matos.
What happened that Isa Pereira beat Francielle Matos? I still thought Francielle Matos had a great back pose, possibly even better than Isa Pereira. But Isa Pereira from the front and from the side shots,
The side is what I
she
saw.
looked unbelievable. So she won more poses. Juan, are you ready? Stop drooling and roll the tape.
Uh-oh, move out the way. Let's
Oh!
do it. Oh! You see the
Look at
tension?
Francielle's
You see
face.
the tension?
Look at Francielle.
You see that?
Look at Francielle's
Did you see
face.
when she looked at it? Look at
You
her
know what I
face.
mean?
You know what that
She's
face...
like, when
Look.
she blinks and
Whoa,
does that
whoa,
little...
whoa, look at that. Pass
Hey,
in front of
whoa!
her. They hate each other.
Don't let her cross the face.
They hate each other.
Don't let her cross your face, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
Woo!
Looking
That's it,
incredible.
looking like a champ,
Look.
like she is.
Well, Juan,
We a little close up now, yeah. Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, man.
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
I see you, girl. Do your
Oh,
now
look
the
at
smile,
this. Look
the
at
confidence,
the side pose.
the confidence.
Look at the
Whoa.
small waist.
And you see when they raise that chin up, like,
Okay, here we go.
That's me.
All right, all
The
right.
classic wellness pose. Okay, freeze frame if you would.
Pause one.
Whoa.
Now, this is close, is it not?
So this is her
It's
strong
close,
suit.
but-
This is Mato's strong
But
suit right here.
Francielle Matos presents tremendous fullness on the glutes.
And-
I think Isa Pereira closed the gap here. She came in at her all-time best. But you can still give the edge a little bit to Francielle
Well, what do
Matos
you
on the
think
back
about the
pose.
symmetry of the glute and the hams?
You know, one thing that people have said is that maybe Isa Pereira is not as structurally gifted as Francielle Matos. And what I think Isa Pereira has done, she has made her physique more structurally sound within the last couple years.
as far as the overall package.
Correct. You know, the legs are not too prominent. They're now matching the glutes. You know what I mean? And it's looking a little bit more aesthetically pleasing on the lower half. Now, if you gave the edge to Francielle Matos on the back pose, you didn't give the edge to Francielle against Isa Pereira on the side shots or on the front shots.
right.
That's where she earned her money.
Now, for the casual viewer, the person who's not a judge, that can't pick this stuff apart like it's a chicken wing, tell us the difference between Isa, Francielle, and Eduarda, because I'm looking at Eduarda, and Eduarda is in incredible shape.
I mean, I think she's great, but I don't think she's particularly there. as
She's
far
not
as this.
there.
She's not there yet.
Broderick Christopher Comere is right. So in the level of, if you could rate this pose, right?
Yeah.
Let's give a 10 to Francielle. Let's give a 9.5 to Isa Pereira. We'll give an 8.5 to Eduarda Bezerra, who needs to have
straight 8.
more muscle on the glutes, more muscle on the glutes, and more muscle on the legs.
Watch how you rubbing on that thing now, buddy.
Sorry.
Rub it all on that screen. Hey, so the champ, the former champ, and she's still a champ. I mean, but this is her strong suit. I mean, the calves matching everything. The hair is perfect. I mean, look at the hair on these women. Look at the shape. But like you say, you could see how she's need a little bit more work here. She's still in the ballpark to get her title back, but we got a new champion right now.
There's only
Isa.
3 poses, right? You got a front, back, and a side?
Well, 4 poses, right? So you got the back pose 1, rolling. So you got,
Woo,
you
solid.
know, look at how they transition. Now they're
walk.
walking, small waist.
Yeah, Isa's got a tiny little waist.
Yeah. But you can see that she got a little bit broader shoulders. Matos.
Now, the midsection on Francielle Matos, I've seen it better. I thought it was a little bit too
Little bit
hard
more-
on the midsection. I like a little bit more softness. But I think this was
But, you know-
Isa's best.
But I was going to say, can you go back to the front?
Roll it from the beginning, yeah.
If you go from the front, I mean, she's got the broader frame on her physique, but I think Isa has a perfect blend of the shoulders not too overpowering, the arms not too big, and it goes, with that structurally sound wellness competitor with the full quads. And the calves don't need to be that long, but they're everything's proportionally great.
I just think, and again, Tarek, it's such a difficult division because now, like with figure, you say, okay, you can't be too striated, too overpowering, have overpowering delts or legs or quad. But on this one, you've got to train yourself to a certain level of size and conditioning below the waist. And the upper can't grow or harden as you're bringing the body fat down. That's a really difficult balance.
You got to artistically put yourself together. Like, I see a lot of girls doing too much biceps when they're wellness, too much shoulders, too much, training back too much when, you got to have the quads intact. You got to have the mind-muscle connections to be able to pose your body correctly. All these things go into making an overall champion.
Isa Pereira presented her best physique. She was better than Francielle Matos in some of the poses. I give her a lot of credit because a lot of people thought Francielle Matos was invincible, like Chris Bumstead. And Isa Pereira said, I don't want Francielle Matos to retire until I beat her. And man, you gotta give credit to her.
And
She took down the queen of wellness, Francielle Matos.
And I know she wanted this for so long. I've been in contact with her for many years. The passing of her parent and everything, done all that. So I know when she was pointing up in the sky, she was thinking about that heavily. And I had some emotions with it. I'm telling you, I was an emotional wreck at this show because just knowing all the competitors and knowing what they went through and knowing what it meant to them and stuff. So I shed a little tear when she won the show because I know she wanted it so bad.
Well, congratulations to our new champion. And there was another very emotional moment, hopefully for us all. If there was a time, I forewarned Mindy O'Brien, who I do that portion of the live stream with, the pay-per-view. I said, if this fitness goes the way I think it's going to go, prepare for me. I'm gonna need some blockers, some anastrozole or some Rimidex or something, because my estrogen's gonna spike hard. We're gonna talk about that when we come back, but another one of the biggest stories of the weekend was Missy Truscott's comeback.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna talk about Missy and the world of fitness when we come back on Primetime Muscle. We're back, and one of the biggest things that we looked at over the weekend, guys, of Olympia was the comeback story of Missy Truscott in women's fitness, and that horrific injury last year. And I was so looking forward to her just stepping back on stage, but I was holding my breath during her entire routine, thinking, just get through this, just come back, say you did it, win or lose, you did it. And when she came out in the morning of a prejudge, which the physique round is only 1/3 of their score, I know what I was thinking. Chris and I were sitting next to each other. As a judge, what did you see?
Well, the first thing is, even when Missy Truscott got hurt last year, she was leading after her two-piece. Her two-piece is very dominant. So everybody in that game knows
It's hard to beat that one.
Yeah, Missy is going to go prior to the routine leading the pack. So she doesn't have to necessarily win the routine. She just has to perform what she has done in the past, and chances are she's one of the favorites to win. She did exactly what she's done in the past with her two-piece. During her fitness routine, she did her traditional movements. She, fulfilled all the criteria, the necessary moves with the push-up, the high kick, the straddle hold, and everything. Was I a bit scared when I was watching her? Yes, I was. It was traumatic last year. But I think Missy Truscott probably had somebody on her side dealing with her sports psychology, because especially when she transitioned from one side of the stage to the other, and all those high jumps and everything, when she came down with everything. And the knee held. And to do that knowing that just a year before on that same stage, the knee didn't hold, and to do it again, you almost have to study her psychology to do that.
And the thing is, Tarek, you could tell there's a little bit of pain there still. Like there's a little bit of gingerly thoughts going through her mind when she's moving. She had the brace there to give you an extra little comfort. But I've had injuries before, and to try to come back and work in that same manner when I had a knee surgery in wrestling, and you just gotta go. Just gotta go and get it. And that's what she did, was to just dive in there and just make it happen. And she pulled off an unbelievable victory. It's probably one of her sweetest victories to date.
So let's talk prejudge, though. When they come out for the two-piece, one of the issues that all the other competitors are trying to make up ground on, you know, you've got Taylor Learmont, you've got Amber Steffen, Jacqueline Baker are all trying to upsize to catch up to Missy. When she comes out and hits that front relaxed pose, it's like
she's like top 10 figure competitor.
easy.
She's great.
Shoulders are popping, arms, everything. The lats are flared out.
But you know, she's so dominant here, and then you'll see the other competitors knowing that she's so dominant. I think it takes away from some of their posing as far as like effectiveness. Taylor, I think she was over posing her body. Like if you're a little girl, you can't be like, I'm gonna be a bigger girl and be out here. You have to calm it down, be on top of your armpits, on top of your lats, but don't try to overdo your body. Here's where you want to be.
Men's physique, classic 212 and open. Taylor said something to me that you all need to hear. I said, what are your thoughts on size and going forward? She said, I'm young. I'm going to grow at the pace that I can grow best and grow into my division and do the best I can do. Not force it and blow my waist up and be crazy.
I said, are you going to lose your flexibility if you get muscle? And she just grabbed her leg up here and goes, Tarek, I'll never lose my flexibility. I got to give credit to Jacqueline Baker. Okay, Jacqueline Baker has been the most consistent fitness competitor within the last 3-4 years. And when I mean consistency, she's placed top 2, top 3. She's done really well.
Won the Arnold.
She won the Arnold UK. She's been able to maintain her body healthy.
Yep.
And she's stellar. She's really stellar.
East Coast style.
Yeah, and I think she can win. I think she can win the Olympia title. She's improving on her two-piece and her routine, which has some slow, romantic, dramatic moment. Now she's incorporated a little bit more high energy, and that has worked in her advantage. A lot of people had, oh my God, this is going to be a Taylor Learmont, Missy Truscott type of battle. Taylor Learmont is going to be amazing in the routine. Missy is going to win the two-piece, and that's who's going to decide. And Jacqueline Baker had none of that business. She goes, you know what? I'm going to go after Missy on the two-piece. I'm going to go after Taylor in the routine. And she surpassed Taylor. I think Jacqueline Baker could very well win this title very soon.
I spoke to Jacqueline at the Arnold UK, and it sounded like she was ready to kind of hang it up in the near future, be done with this phase of her life and moving on to more things. But now it's taken second. Maybe she's rejuvenated those thoughts, because that's the way I took it. Maybe if you didn't say it that way, I apologize, but that's where I took it. But I hope you're going to keep moving forward and hopefully get that title one day, Jack.
Well, before we take a look at Missy's routine, we always talk about the new generation with Taylor. You got Allison Kramer, you got Tamara Vaughn, who's been a top 5.
Tamara, that's another one.
Yeah.
That's my girl, man. She's been, I've known her since the early 2000s, maybe 2003 or 4, something like that. And all these years, like she, don't come from a particularly gymnastics background, but she has like a strong routine, a strong physique that she improved as she's gotten, up in the years of competition. She still improved that physique, and she was coming with a very, very, very good. She's even won some shows in her two-piece, and yeah, man, kudos to her, because she has been putting it down and still one of the top 5 in the world.
Her two-piece was incredible. I thought it was her best look in the two-piece. I think her presentation, she did a lot of the dancing, and it brought the audience to a certain level of energy.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, Tina Turner. But I kind of missed a little bit more of the gymnastic moves. I think if she incorporates that in the next year, then she's really fighting for that title.
Give her what you got, girl.
Well, let's look at this. I don't know. I said to Missy,
I'm going to stand to the side.
Of the many things that you can call this whole experience for me, and watching her come back, fight, and win was just beautiful. Epic is overused, awesome. It was a beautiful experience to be there with a true athlete who cataloged for all of us her recovery fight, from the couch to the stretching to the PT, and here she is doing what she does best.
Everyone loves a comeback story.
And what better costume, what better story than a warrior?
300. Phew. Come on. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
So at this point,
And the braids were perfect for this.
we know she's ready to go. The key question is here.
Bang.
Whoa. You know, did that
Landed.
knee play a role on that? No. This is a movement that Taylor Learmont mastered. Right now, a lot of them are doing it. They're trying to take the competitive advantage of Taylor Learmont. And, you know, when it comes to energy, Missy Truscott brings it.
Okay, there's another move coming up here in just a second that I was holding my breath. This backhand
This
spring
is
into
it.
Right.
This is it. Look,
Oh,
you know,
she came out of that a little too early last year, and that's what popped it.
Ugh.
And here we are. So much, so explosive and so dynamic.
She's like, yeah, front double. That's for y'all.
Always, year after year, to me, it is so mind-blowing. And you think about like a Mina Paggiolati, who carries so much size and development. Missy, so much size and development and conditioning, and then comes in and puts on this
And
performance.
she is so smart to be able to get to this level again, to win the title again after that type of injury. I mean, everything that she thought about, you know, wearing the brace, making it look cool for the outfit and everything. A lot goes into this. Bing.
Oh, the power.
Could you ever do that? One arm
Yeah.
push up?
Oh, yeah.
You could?
Still.
Okay.
I'm going to still do it.
All right.
I spent a lot of time in the push-up positions in the Marines. I was a bad kid.
Nice.
Just flawless.
great job,
And she
great
kno-
energy.
She knows it.
She was happy to get
She
through that
knows
one.
she fulfilled her commitment. You know, she's probably
job.
thinking,
Good job.
I led the prejudging, and here I am to knock it out of the park in the finals. You know, and Taylor Learmont's performance was great. So was Jacqueline Baker. But right here, she closed the deal in the fitness category. Congratulations, Missy.
Congrats.
Truscott. We're a fan. We're
Congrats
a
to
fan
the
of you,
fitness.
girl. We're a fan of your fight. We're a fan of you. You inspired all of us.
Fitness is coming up, man.
It is, and it
coming
should
up
be.
more and more.
It's been one of my favorites since the 2000s. The old Jantana Classics I used to MC. Guys, it flies by so much like it always does. Share with us your thoughts on Classic Physique, who you think is coming up, who's going to take that title now that Chris has stepped down, wellness, fitness. We want to hear from you, the fans of the sport.
Throw some comments.
Like, subscribe, and share.
All right, then.
Real deal
I'm in it to win it.
to win it.
And I want to give a shout out to a great pro. A pro on and off stage, just like Pro Zero from Global Formulas. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 fat. Allison Kramer. Allison Kramer did the pay-per-view with me for the Rising Phoenix.
Take two.
And Allison Kramer said,
Take two.
Tarek, I'm winning the Legions and I'm going to the Olympia to win the title. And she placed 4th. I think she's incredible. I just wanted to mention that.
Okay.
Nice job, and thank you again, Global Formulas, for making these episodes possible. Derek
For
Elgindy,
sure.
Chris Cormier, before it breaks loose anymore,
Thanks, Globe.
we thank you for joining us on this Primetime Muscle.